so much more that I can.
Hey everybody. This is Tea Time with Bunky presents Political Tuesdays with my special guest, Rashad of Catch a Wreck Entertainment.
Absolutely. Each and every Tuesday, we will be going over political topics. It's not a debate, but
Right.
we're gonna get both sides, the black female side and the black male side.
And you know what? It's stuff you want to hear, things you guys want to talk about. We're going to go nationwide. We're going to go local. We're going to hit different topics, different points, because it's not all just presidential and congressmen and senate and all of that stuff. We also have, like I was telling Sean, we also have the political side of communities and water usage and policing. All of that is political. Everything is political. So I need you guys to tune in to Tea Time with Bunky every Tuesday, whatever, at 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
6 p.m. live on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Tell a friend, like, share, follow, and subscribe. We appreciate you. Tuning out, Bunky.
Red Boy Shot. Political Tuesdays.
Political Tuesday.
Get in tune. Focus up.
Whenever it
Welcome to Tea Time with Bunky. This is Ricky. Hi, Dan. All right.
Welcome to Tea Time.
Welcome to Tea Time with Bunky.
This is super recent.
Welcome to Tea Time with Bunky. I missed you guys. I really did. Hey, everybody. Oops, I was supposed to bring him up. I'm going to take him out, bring him back up. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Political Tuesdays with Tea Time with Bunky. Yes, Political Tuesdays is back. Y'all, it's going to be something. It's going to be a ride. But I want to thank all my Tea Time with Bunky followers and subscribers, those that have been following Tea Time with Bunky Political Tuesdays over the last couple of years. Thank you. Like, share, follow, subscribe, comment. This is the show where I'm going to need you to interact with me. I would like to let everybody know that Political Tuesdays also is going to be on Zeno FM, which is Culture Shock Radio, Rockbox Radio, Radio Placero, New Mexico, Wapter Music FM, Gnarly FM, and Confidence Radio. And we have some other things coming into play. So you guys, thank you once again. Hey, Damien, thank you so much for tuning in. My guest, without further ado, Mr. Wreck Boy Shad. Hey, Shad.
What's happening, Bunk? How you feeling?
Oh, stressed out. You know I hate politics. You know I hate it. But
It's got to be done, huh? It's got to be done.
Got to be done. And this is part one of a 3-part getting to know vice president, presidential candidate who will be accepting the candidacy on Monday, I believe it is. I believe the DNC is Monday. Miss Kamala Harris. So we're going to get to know her. We're going to dive in because people always saying things and they be doing too much.
You know what? There's a lot at stake. So, and we're very, very divided right now. So, it's we at a tough spot. So I just want to thank you for having this forum so that no, because I think people need to understand who they're voting for, why they're voting for, and hopefully with that understanding will make people want to vote.
Yes, this is true because nobody's like really having the dive deep conversations. You said we were in a difficult place, and it feels like we were in this place before when my president Obama was running. He's forever my president. It's like a racial divide, and now you have the masculine versus the feminine versus The racism, it's insane. It's insane. And like I don't know a lot about her. So doing research is like helping me learn more about her. You ready to dive?
Well, I'm gonna ask you a question. After doing the research, are you more interested in voting for her?
Well, first of all, I was going to vote for her anyway
But
because
that's what
look
I'm
who-
saying. All right, all right, all right,
yes,
all right.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, but you were gonna vote for regardless. You were gonna vote
I
Democratic
am not voting
regardless.
for Ear. I'm not voting for him. I don't
Okay,
care
okay,
if
okay,
a
okay.
puppy was running against him. I wouldn't vote for him.
I get
He
it.
does too much. He says too much. He's just anyway. But this one isn't about him. We're
Nope,
gonna
not
dig
at
into
all.
him. No, we're gonna dig into him after. So the first three political Tuesdays on Kamala. But first, people need to understand that she was born on October 20th, 1964, in Oakland, California. So she's an Oakland girl, right? I didn't know that because I don't
Okay,
deal with politics.
right.
And her parents, because they always talking about her parents. Oh, well, first Ear, this is Ear. Oh, first she's Asian. I don't know what she is now. She's black. I don't know. You know, all that dumb mess, you know.
Hmm.
So her parents, Shamala Gopalin. I know I'm saying her name wrong. No disrespect. I don't know. She's a biologist who came to the US from India in 1958 to enroll in school for endocrinology at the University of California, Berkeley. And she has a research career over 40 years where she worked on progesterone receptor gene, which led to the advances in breast cancer research. So her mom is smart.
No,
Okay. So she
right.
was an Indian. She was Indian, which I was like, where'd the Asian come from? Like, because looking at pictures of her mom and her family, I'm like, I don't see Asian. But India is a part of South Asia.
Yes.
So she
Yeah.
identifies as Asian. Her father, Mr. Donald Harris, he arrived to the US in 1961 from Jamaica, from St. Anne's Bay, Jamaica. He enrolled in 1961. He enrolled in UC Berkeley and specializing in development economics. He's the first Black scholar to be granted tenure at the Department of Economics at Stanford University. So they met in 1962 and got married in 1963. And from that, two kids were born, two girls. So you got
Gotcha.
Kamala and Maya. I believe her name is Maya. Maya. Yes. So that's her makeup. No matter what me and you looked, we could not find what her father, if he was
Mixed or not?
biracial
Yeah,
or
yeah.
but at the end of the day, he identifies as Jamaican. His mom identifies as Indian. That's their business. Be quiet. When you look at her, you see a brown girl from Oakland. So we're just gonna leave that alone.
Yeah. No, no,
Okay.
no, no. That's fair. That's fair. We did look. We did try
Yes.
to find out.
Yes.
And from what we found out, it's just listing Jamaica on the father's side. I didn't. It is what it is.
It is
You
what
know.
it is.
Yeah, yeah. At the end of the day, I got a question for you or the
Uh-huh.
audience. If she get pulled over,
Stop.
what do you think she?
If she gets
No,
pulled
I'm
over,
just saying. No, no. If she walks into a high price store,
she's gonna
what
get
do you?
followed.
Okay,
But
so
now people know who she is. But if they didn't know who she was, if she walks into a store, like you said, she's gonna get followed. I mean, Oprah got followed in another country. Come on.
that's what I'm saying. Not a lot of people might not. She might get followed. They might follow her and just say, "Oh, you kind of look like."
Right.
Yeah,
And the police, like you said, if she get pulled over, they
yeah,
don't know. I mean, come on, they did it to Nelly. A guy
yeah.
wanted that name on his back. And now they're saying, which we're not talking about Nelly, but I just want to say that they said that apparently this guy did have it out for Nelly. He did. So, but that has nothing to do with Kamala. That has nothing to do with her. So, historical facts. Let me throw out
Okay,
some historical facts real quick. She is the first female vice president of the United States, the highest ranking female official in the US history. Highest ranking female. Okay. Woman of color. Hello. She's also the first Black and South Asian, see the South Asian American, to hold office as vice president, the South Asian India. And she is the first vice president of Jamaican and Indian descent. So she's a lot of firsts.
You know what's so funny about that, Bunky? Everybody want a piece. Everybody like, nope, you got to claim this. Nope, all right. I mean, think about it. You just read 3 facts,
right,
that are all the same facts,
right?
But we have to, I guess, and that. Why is that though? You get what I'm saying? Because that has to help. That has to be something that fuels the division, though, right? We just can't say, she's of African descent. We have to say, nope, she's East Asian, or is it important?
To me personally, no. I don't really care because, like I keep saying, and people are like, no, she got to own the other parts of her. She's never disowning who she is, right? You don't see her disowning who she is. When you look at her, point blank, period. When you look at her, you see a brown girl. That's it, period.
Yeah, all right. I don't want to go off.
No, go ahead. No, go, because this is a conversation. Go ahead.
Yeah, but we have to understand too that, like, just how I just said, there's a lot of first they want to claim. She's the first Jamaican descent. She's the first East Asian descent. She's the first African American descent.
Okay.
If we left out one, would the others feel upset, or would they have enough to have a reason to feel upset?
But why should they?
I mean, think about it. If every publication, everything that we seen about Kamala was Asian, that wouldn't bother you?
But see, the thing is, that's the key words is if what we've seen, right? But that's not what's coming out of her mouth. We can see a lot of things. We can see, like you right now, I'm looking at you. I see rec boys in the back. That's all I see.
You're
How
right.
would I know you're a barber? You're talking
right.
about. Right. So it's
right. Absolutely right. I get it.
Too much to divide. Oh, and for the girls out there, I know the assignment. I got my pearls on. I don't got the chucks on, but I got and every Kamala show, I will have my pearls on. I might have more. I might be, by the time it's over, I may have like a choker full of.
Yeah, you might have like mad. They might start donating. Yeah, here, wear my pearls too. While you are there representing.
Right. Unity, but we know it's the Alpha. What Alpha Kappa? Alpha sorority. That's what they do. I'm not a part of that, but it's unity.
Nice.
So I'm unifying. Nice. So I'm not going to ask who you voting for. Since you've been on the show and you've been doing your research, are you more confident in her than you were previously?
It's never been about whether she could do the job.
Right.
Because being president, you have a whole bunch of buffers. There's a whole bunch of people around you to make sure that, you got to go to this meeting. You got to make a decision on this. And there's advisors. So that's probably, I'm not going to say it's easy in the sense of, you just show up. But you have a lot of the decision making, you have all of the information brought to you. So it's not very hard to make a decision. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
My thing is, I want her to be, what's up? My mother's in the building. She was just calling me. That's why I didn't answer the phone. I'm live, Ma. I'm live.
Hi, Ruth. Tuning in.
But,
Miss Curry.
I'm more so willing. I want to hear her debate, and I want to hear her go more into what exactly she's gonna do. Like, I want to know her economic plan. I want to know how she plans on raising the minimum wage. I want to know how she plans on doing some of the things that she's saying that she wants to do. I just don't want. It's 2024, Bunky. We're tired of what you're gonna do. Show us a plan. that gives us some confidence to saying, okay, this looks like it's gonna work.
Okay. Well,
You
from
get what
what
I'm saying?
I no, I totally hear you. I totally hear you. And from what I'm hearing, Ear has decided to do the debate on September 10th. I believe it's September 10th. We'll see
Yes.
if he's gonna back out because he's kind of bugging out right now because I'm
That's
hearing
actually a Tuesday. You know that, right?
it's at 9:00.
Oh yeah, well but you're gonna watch the debate anyway.
Well, no, I'm recording that Joker. I am
They're gonna have the highlights, Bunky. You don't have to record. You go to YouTube.
I need to be in real time. I need to see this. I need her to say, I'm speaking.
Oh, there's probably gonna be a lot of that. It's probably gonna be a lot.
Yeah, I need because I love it when she's like, I love it. So yo, she goes system mode in 2.2 seconds. I love it. So she okay, so she grew up in Oakland. We know she got her BA at Howard University, which is a historically Black university, people that don't know, in Washington, D.C., where she earned her degree, her BA in political science and economics. And then she received her law degree at the University of California, Hastings College of Law in San Francisco. And Ear keeps saying, is she a lawyer? I don't know if she's a lawyer. Is she a lawyer? I heard she failed the bar. Dude, what did you do?
Yeah. No, I mean, see,
hello, it says it right here. Ear. She went to the University of California, Hastings College of Law. What college did you go to that you earned that wasn't bought?
he went to Trump University, I think.
Which was
I don't know. I think, but they're belly up right now, so I don't
like
think it
his
exists anymore.
And his sneakers, but we're not going to let that water rain on this parade right now. We not. I can't. Wow, 2024 is about democracy and it's about protecting our freedom, our right to be in charge of our own bodies. Yeah, and our rights to vote and all of our rights, our right to have a democracy, which is that's a big thing.
Well, you know what? There's more democratic countries in the world than there are aristocratic or whatever other republics that they have. But it's a little bit more like Kamala has to give the people what's not being also talked about. We know there's a border problem.
Mm-hmm.
You know the Republicans shot down a deal that 90% of them agreed with for Mr. Ear.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's an issue. Right now, women's rights, reproductive rights is a big issue. People know what the issues are. We need to know how they're going to be fixed, and that's where it should be a separation, and hopefully
separation for what?
Well, to understand who you want to vote for.
Okay, all right.
Because we have 4 years of Trump. We know, you get what I'm saying? We could tell you what he promised us.
Right.
He said he was gonna get us better, more affordable health care.
Right.
Nothing came through.
That was Obamacare. Hello.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's still standing, and it's the best thing that the people have to offer.
Absolutely.
His big thing when he was elected, Infrastructure Week.
Mm-hmm.
Infrastructure Week. Nothing got done. There was nothing being built. There was nothing being done. Another thing he did was he promised tax cuts, which he gave, but it fell for the 1%. So when the 1% got theirs and the 1%, in these big corporations, they did a little kick down. And his whole concept was trickle down economics.
Right.
And it trickled down a little, just enough for people to believe that it was for them. That's why you hear a lot of people say, well, I had more money in my paycheck when Trump was in office. You get what I'm saying? The second part to that was,
wait,
2 years,
hold that second part. Hold that second part. Hi, everybody. This is Bunky. I would like to invite you to my groundbreaking episode of Tea Time with Bunky. I will be having my first live studio audience. Yes, Tea Time with Bunky has a live studio audience for my episode that's airing on October 3rd. Yes, October 3rd. I will be giving away 15 Tea Time with Bunky tickets to the first 15 people that ask for it. So the panel discussion will be menopause, something that all women will be going through one day. So tune in, let's talk about it. Women in different phases of it, and the audience can ask questions and be a part of. So I'm looking forward to hearing from you. Special Tea Time with Bunky, October 3rd. Hit the button and get your ticket. See you there.
Nice.
Hey,
That was a dope commercial, dope plug.
Thank you.
Very good. You did very good.
Thank you.
Second part to that was the second part of his presidency was COVID. So we were locked in.
Mm-hmm.
The government forked up more money, unemployment, hazard pay, all this other stuff. So those last 2 years and the stimulus checks. We can't forget the stimmies.
Oh, no.
The stimmies.
Right.
So now it looks like, oh, well, he gave us money. I got more money from unemployment. I got hazard pay, so I'm making more money. So it's not false, but we're taking it out of context because of the situation. Same thing with gas prices. Of course, gas prices are gonna be down if you're in a lockdown.
Right.
If nobody's going anywhere, guess what? They're not selling gas. So guess what happens to the gas price? It goes down. So when it was $1.99, $2.05, $2.10, $2.20, of course it was on Trump's watch. We can't deny that. He gave us, there was lower gas prices under his watch. Mm-hmm. But you know what else was under his watch? COVID. Record numbers of Americans dying daily. Like, remember those months where you were locked in your house and all it was a death toll going up.
Crazy.
Yeah, so there's two sides to every coin. So when people say this, we have to be able to be like, yeah, you're right, because they're right. But this is why.
They're only looking at the heads. They're not looking at the tails. Heads and
absolutely.
Tails. That's it. People always want to. They always give that man a pass, but whatever. But you were saying that what you would expect her to give us, what.
Yeah.
But we got to understand too that she's not doing it by herself. Like, there's so many things I'm sure she's going to try to put through, and it depends on what the House looks like. The House and the Senate, what it looks like. Is it more Republican? Is it more Democrat? Are they for her? Aren't they for her? Are they not for her? And so they can stop whatever. Like look, I have a bunch. I wasn't even planning on getting to this part, but we're talking about stuff that she's passed really quick.
Okay.
She is bills she worked on while she was in the Senate. Justice and Policing Act in 2020, the Maternal Care Act in 2018, Marijuana Opportunity Investment in 2019, Lift the Middle Class Act 2018, Rent Relief 2018, Anti-Lynching Bill, the Secure Elections Equality Act, Child Care for Working Families, so on. All these are for the people.
No, absolutely. We're not denying that.
Right.
But if she's doing it, if she's done all of that,
it's to first get elected and telling people why they should vote for her.
Yeah. But listen, she's gotten things passed, and I get it. It's
she's only been here for a second.
Yeah, it's two houses and her.
Right.
That's with everybody. There's also this thing called the midterms, where the House normally flips, or there's an opportunity for it to flip. If she gets elected on the platform that she's going to change, or for the things that she wants to change, and she needs to go down ballot and stump for where we're weak at. And I'm not talking the things that she's doing for us. I'm talking about the Senate and the House of Representatives. Because if you don't have the Senate and the House of Representatives, a lot of things ain't going to get passed through.
Right.
So now when you know this, like, all right, I'm gonna jump right in. Senator Manchin, the guy that stopped, that was flip floppy and all this other. Why wasn't there a conservative effort to get him out of there? If you know he's stopping progress, why wasn't enough emphasis put on that? If you're gonna get change, like this is like, we know she can't do it all by herself,
right?
So then, on that same token, do we see the fire that? Are we going to see the fire that we see for her now to get elected, to get the House or the Senate or whichever one that we don't have, so that these things can be passed and brought to laws, like the John Lewis Act and the George Floyd Act, and you get what I'm saying? Like, there's so raising the middle class, raising minimum wage, figuring out this housing crisis. You get what I'm saying? Which, go ahead.
The Rent Relief Act 2018, but this was in California. Well, no, when she's in the Senate, it was legislation aimed to provide refundable tax credit to renters who spend more than 30% of their income on rent utilities, addressing the housing affordability crisis in many parts of the country. Now, the affordability housing, it's like, where is that? Because I can only talk about our county and where we live. That's why I always talk about housing for regular people. Me, I'm a regular people. You know, there is nothing here for me. You, I don't know your income. I ain't in your business. But I'm just saying, like me, I'm a regular one income household family, right? There is nothing here in Sullivan County for me. But for the Hasidic, I'm going to say it, Hasidic population, we see stuff jumping up like popcorn all over the place. All our trees are gone. The animals are going crazy. Got bears coming out in the middle of the day with their cubs attacking that garbages, you know, because there's no housing here for regular people. I'm a regular people, and nobody seems to care about that. Now we're going to get down the road talking about politics in Sullivan County, local. I don't want to talk about them now because I'm going to need my fan in a minute, because they get me hot. But it's like the Rent Relief Act. I'm like, I don't know. I've never been able to claim that on my taxes. Like, so I don't know if that's a California thing.
No, it's probably a California thing. And shout out to, because California had a big thing with homeless people, all those people sleeping under the bridge. They have a whole thing called Tent City over there. So it was
we got that now in New York City. I just saw it, Mayor Adams, on the news just a few minutes ago. The tent cities. It's.
Do you want to talk about that?
Look, we talk.
Because that has something to do with because that has something to do with this administration.
No, listen. No, I was saying we were talking about Kamala, but when it hits home, yeah, we got to talk about it.
All right. Well, I mean, all right. Now think about it. There's no place to live.
No.
Right.
Right. Where? Sullivan County or just in general?
I mean, no, let's just do major states, because we're all for Sullivan County. We're going to save Sullivan County for another show. We're talking about, Vice President. Yeah. We're talking about Vice President Kamala Harris and the administration. We're talking about the federal government right now.
Okay. All right.
The federal government right now is taking a lot of migrants.
Okay.
And they're placing them where?
In cities of color.
Major cities.
Major. Are they in Atlanta?
I wouldn't be surprised, but we do know Philadelphia. Let's just talk about the major three: Philadelphia, New York, and what was the other one that Chicago. They busting them down in Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. And now, if there isn't all... What up, Jamie? Co-worker in the building. If there's already a housing shortage,
right?
What are you doing with the migrants? They're not sending them to Arkansas. They're not sending them to Idaho, where there's big farms and plenty of wide open land. They're sending them to major cities where the minority is way under poverty. What's going on? Is this gonna change? How do we get, like, is there anything that Kamala has shown or said so far that's gonna get this situation on hand? Because this situation right here affects why there's no affordable housing for these small communities. Like, think about your community.
Mm-hmm.
How many migrants have you seen in your community?
Oh my God.
Okay. That seems like a lot.
Yes.
Where are they going if you don't have good affordable housing? Like, think about it. You have a job.
Right.
You're working on your degree. You're not some person that's gonna flip burgers, and no shot to nobody flip burgers.
Right.
I need my burgers when I go pull up. So, but what I'm
Making
saying,
an honest living.
yes. So how is this gonna work? Like, what's going on? So now this is the questions that we need to ask. Like, this is and I get it. He's definitely no good. So, baby girl, you getting our vote, because we're definitely not voting for him.
Yeah, we're not voting for him.
But at the same time, we need you to address these things, because when you go stomp in Minnesota, they're not having these problems. They having these problems in the hood. They're having them in Philadelphia.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They're having them in Chicago, and they're having them in New York City. So now, like, where's the get back? Where's the giddy up? And we're just talking about housing. We're not even going to talk about black jobs, because now listen. Okay, I'm gonna break it down to you. Okay. All right. Now, you just said you've seen a lot of migrants.
Yes.
In your neighborhood, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What do most African males do that you know in your community besides DSPs, right?
Uh-huh. For those that don't know what a DSP is, a direct support professional.
Yeah, and county jobs. They're mainly carpenters,
right?
Painters,
laborers, all laborers.
And most laborers, if you got a felon, and most of us, do, you're working off the books.
Right.
So guess what? Now guess who you're competing with a job? Right. Because instead of paying Shad $25 an hour, I can go get 2 migrants
$12.50.
You get what I'm saying? So
I get you.
It should never been called black jobs, but it.
But come on, look what you're talking about.
No, but listen to what I'm saying though. Listen to what I'm saying.
He called it what it was.
That's the simplicity of it. Those are the jobs that are being taken. So now there's some truth into it. What are we gonna do? So not only black jobs, now housing is going, because we have to put them somewhere.
Right.
And guess what? Guess what else also is happening in your community?
There's a lot more homelessness. There's a lot more homelessness also.
And they're closing down prison facilities with the idea of making what?
Is that what they're doing it for? Because I thought that it was going to be for the other community. It was going to buy that because they own almost that whole road.
Okay, but think about that.
They're not regular people.
Even all right. Now see, there's
they
two
tax breaks and all that.
Well, there's two sections.
Yeah, we got 2 things going on.
Yeah, the one section, it's for the movement of their people.
Right.
The other section of the same people, it's for a monetary opportunity.
But this is monetary. The other thing is monetary also, because the politicians are already in their pocket. So it's like either way, the regular people have no voice.
Yeah, you're for you're up the creek without a paddle.
Without a paddle.
What I'm saying? But since we talking about
hold that.
Gotcha.
All that thought. We'll be right back. It's Bunky from Tea Time with Bunky. I'm inviting you to go and download the free VGN Village Global Network app, where you can catch me on the radio. Yes, I am on the radio, where you can catch me on Culture Shock Radio, which is in Canada, Rockbox Radio, Radio Facero, New Mexico, Mexico, WAP the Music FM, which is in the Caribbean, Guadeloupe, Nardi FM, which is in Ecuador, and on Confidence Radio. That's right. You can catch me on these stations. Download the BGN app. It's free. And trust me, it's a totally different experience.
See, you playing games because now I got to step up my commercial. That looked really good and really professional. Nah, absolutely. You had all the flyers there. I just got the names. I don't have the flyers. But yeah, now I got work to do. So now I'm probably going to be here late.
I learned from the best.
Well, I mean, you know what it is? Steel sharpens steel. And the only way, this is a jewel for you people. The only way you can improve on someone else's idea is to let the person know, hey, that's a dope idea. I like what you're doing. You're motivating me to do better in my idea.
Yeah.
So shout out to you.
Thank you.
But back to Vice President Kamala Harris.
Yes.
There's certain things for our vote. And, you know, we're in because we can't accept the alternative.
Yeah.
But just because we're in, we don't stop making demands. We are being lost in this thing that we call America. And it's sad because America, the mighty superpower, was built off our backs. Generation, and generation.
Yes. No, yeah. Sullivan County was built. It was built, not Sullivan, America.
America was built on our backs. On our backs for generations. So for us to still be in a situation to where we have to superly compete with migrants,
right?
It's horrible. It's not fair. Like we just talked about the jobs and the housing.
Right.
When they get here, you have to feed them. You have to so now, how do we have so much homelessness, people not eating, kids not having breakfast,
right?
But we're bringing in tens of thousands of people. Like, make it make sense. And I get it. Everybody deserves a shot at the American dream.
What is the American dream, though?
Well, whatever they say it is. American dream is, I'm going to tell you exactly what the American dream is 2024.
Okay.
That you can come to the United States and become a self-made millionaire. This is probably one of the there's a few, but here you can come here with nothing as a migrant and become a self-made millionaire. America is great. And with all the bull that they got here.
Yes, it's not great. I mean, it is, but I can't say I don't want to go anywhere. I don't know. But I'm just saying, from my experience, inside looking out, outside looking in, whatever. America's great for certain people, to certain people. Seems like there's a hand select few of people of color, that are okay. Okay, you get this pass and you get all of this money and can live comfortably. Yes.
Why do you think that is, Bunky? Do you think they were handpicked?
Do I think they were handpicked? How do you handpick them? I don't know.
That's what I'm saying. All right, so how did they get to that point to where they're okay?
I don't know, but I just know for somebody like me who didn't have that I'm going to be a millionaire dream or whatever. Like, you had the dream, you're going to go to school, you're going to have a family, you're going to live comfortably, you're going to live good. You know, like when I say comfortably, meaning you're not living from paycheck to paycheck. You're able to pay your bills when they're due or before they're due. You can send your kids to the best schools. You don't have to worry about health care. You know, you don't have to worry about child care. Like the everyday norms of life. I don't have to worry about. That's the American dream to me. I never had the desire because I grew up in a nice size house or whatever. I never wanted to, well, when I became single, I never wanted to own a house because the way I look at it, because it's just me, I'm like, number one, I ain't going outside cutting no grass. I don't like outside. Something break, I need to call them and they can come fix it because I'm not doing it. That was my attitude. But you can still live comfortably in a townhouse or whatever. But so the picket fence in the house, that was never my dream.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
how far are you away from what you say is your dream?
Oh Lord God, you don't want to speak stuff into existence. I'm working on I'm working on what comes out of my mouth. You know,
Right.
so but oh no, I'm not there. Oh
Yeah,
no.
but you're on the journey, and it
I'm,
probably is not that far because you've done so much already.
I know, but you would think at my age I would be further. But it just seems like it's just not happening. But you know what? God is good. It's gonna work. But forget that. Well, not forget that, but we just
Yeah.
we need to talk about her being the Attorney General of California. I just want to put this out there because you hear it all the time. I hear it every time. The American dream is a joke. Yeah, it is. It is. It's a joke. How she she locked up so many black men and she did this and like me and you had this conversation. You was like, like the way I look at it after speaking to a district attorney of color, we see what was done, right? We see
Mhm.
the numbers, like they have these numbers, but what nobody is talking about is how much harsher would their penalties have been, or some that just got probation or parole, how much harsher would their sentence or whatever would have been if you did not have a woman of color in the room representing? Their
Uh,
penalties could have been a lot. No, really. First of all, if you don't, not everybody does the crime. We know that. People get falsely accused all the time and do sentences. Look at the Central Park Five and a lot more other, falsely accused or whatever. But how much worse, possibly, if you would have had men in that position, mind you, because it's mostly men at that time, men in that position, white men in that position, how much harsher, because we know that the system is set up to keep us down. It is, and people be like, "Oh, you need to get out of that mentality." No, it is what it is. That's what it is. That's the truth. So, how much worse could it have been? I mean, give her some credit. She was doing her job, and people don't want to give her, well, she should have did this. No, well, you shouldn't have been in her face, first and foremost. That's just how some of them deserve to be in her face. Some of them didn't. But if you deserve to be in her face and she got you less time or whatever, yo, be thankful for that because you could still be. Am I wrong? Tell me if I'm wrong. Wait,
no.
we need more young people like the two of you. Oh, thank you. But running for government, no, Miss Kirk, no, I'm not. I can't do politics. I hate it. No, because you lose who you are, and I am just not about that life because they'll throw me off the board. They'll throw me out because my mouth is too much. So it is. No such thing as black jobs. Only jobs when I first started coaching gymnastics, there was no black coaches and not many black gymnasts. No, you're absolutely right. But the top gymnasts in the world today are, well, black. Yes. Also, the only way they are taking our jobs if they fire us and hire them. And wait, okay, I'm not gonna say that. But listen. Look, I'm getting a hot flash. I'm getting stressed. The thing about it is, when we say they fire us, or they can push us out, because I could say I was pushed out of a job. I was pushed out of a job, a good job, because my boss was a white female racist and I couldn't handle it. So I didn't get fired. I've never gotten fired from a job, but they put the pressure on you so much that you got to leave. Either you sit there and you take it, which me being who I am not going to sit there and take it.
I wanna chime in on that. Um, it's not the fact
Lord.
that they're getting fired. It's the fact that
Did what she was
I
hired
don't
to do.
I don't know how much the audience is really like. Take a look at the jobs report. There's 300,000 new jobs being created like every quarter. Like if you've been noticing and watching the jobs, the job growth, we have a huge job growth quarterly.
Wait, keep
go
the
ahead.
job growth. This is the last one. This is the last one. Hi, this is Bunky from Tea Time with Bunky Podcast Radio. I'm inviting you to tune in to Tea Time with Bunky every Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for enlightening discussions, empowering stories, and dialogues. Trust me, you want to hear them. On Tea Time with Bunky, no conversation is too big, no conversation is too small. We have conversations from inspiring stories of triumph and survivor tales to discussion on politics, promoting your local businesses, and exploring everyday life topics. Trust me, this podcast is your safe space for open dialogue, healing, and self-discovery. Doesn't get any more real than having a hot flash. Hello, the fan. So I invite you to tune in on Facebook, on YouTube, and Instagram. Trust me, you don't want to miss out on these conversations that matter most to you. I will see you there.
Nice.
And I got my fan on. It don't get no realer.
I see that.
Sorry, go ahead.
The job situation. It really, you got to understand. The economy is growing. It's not growing as fast as people would like, but there's being jobs popping up all the time. Every quarter, there's the job numbers come out. The job growth, how many new jobs? Who do you think are getting these jobs? Like, think about it. They're bringing people in. Of course, they're getting work. It wouldn't make any sense. That's what people come to the United States for. You know, so in a sense, the ones that would be able to have those jobs, they're hiring cheaper labor. That's not like you got some people who are coming from places that $10 an hour is great for them.
Yes.
Great for them. They live with their cousin, uncle, nephew. There's 10 of them in the house. $10 is great for them, especially if they send it back to their country, where they're probably building a huge house because they're sending the money back. So, and that's another thing.
Right.
That's another thing.
The American dollar and sending it over there.
Yeah. So when we're speaking and we're making our demands and what we want our senators to stump for so that the president can pass these laws and bills, that this is exactly what we're talking about.
And you know what, when you mentioned senators, that was a bill that when she was vice president, she was running on economic equality, where she emphasized the need to address economic inequality with a focus on creating good paying jobs, raising the minimum wage, supporting small business, investing in infrastructure. And she has also advocated for policies that support working families, such as the family paid leave. So she's there. She's there, and economic equality. And we talk about the black jobs or whatever, but what we weren't talking about was, like, we talk about like the construction jobs and the men. But for the women, some women who don't have the higher education or come from that background, they do the child care. You see, they're losing their jobs as well. The house cleaning,
babysitting,
exactly.
Like, and they're not black jobs.
They're not. We're just saying that's what hearing them was. That's why he was.
Well, people, when they say they're not black jobs, you got to understand they're not black jobs. They're taking jobs that black people mostly have.
Yeah.
That's what, and had he said it like that, it wouldn't have sounded so derogatory. But because he's a fireball, he's a firecracker, that's his MO, that's his DNA in him as a person. It comes out like that. But when you really sit back and think about, take out who it's coming from, and try to understand, he kind of does have a point. Now, this doesn't mean to vote for him. What this means is the person that you're voting for
Right.
needs to come up with a solution. You get what I'm saying? It's the
Yeah.
same thing it's the same thing about you guys are underpaid when he put bunches up. You got low income housing, and he's not lying. He's not
No,
lying.
he's
So
not.
who's responsible for this? Because guess what? We know and we've seen that when he comes in office, he doesn't care about that. So now you're saying you're gonna help us, and he's telling you, he's throwing it in our face. Well,
Right.
this is what is going on. Is she gonna help you out of this? And if she's not saying it, then it's blindly. We can't. I just want people to get out of the fear of what something is gonna happen. What we got to do is start being proactive. We got to be on the offensive and say, no, that ain't gonna happen because we all gonna show up and vote. You know what else ain't gonna happen? You not gonna give us the runaround, Miss President. We got you in here. You're not whoever's in there. That goes for anybody though. Think about if you have a supervisor and they speak to the bosses, and you're able to sit and talk to your supervisor and say, yo, we don't have this all, we got to bring our own toilet paper into work.
Right.
So now you guys get together and tell the supervisor, yo, you need to tell management that we need toilet paper.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Or that's your job. So now when we come and we say, yo, listen, we got you in here because you were going to speak up for us and help us out. These are the things that we actually need help on.
And and what you're saying needs to be said more. Like, I mean, like you hear it. People like, oh, well, we need to hold them accountable for their promises. These are their promises. And I think that people just let stuff slip through, like, okay, well, they'll do it. Maybe they won't do it or whatever. No, I got you in. I helped get you in on this premise. This is what you said you was going to do. But the thing is, if he gets in, this would be his second term. So he can do whatever he wants to do.
And also, in order to win, you have to understand what he's trying to do. So you really might have to dive in and tell people, like, don't be confused. Like, people are like, Ear himself says, yo, I don't back Project 2025. Right?
We know he back it. Right.
No. Listen, you ain't got to know. Listen, you don't even have to know that. Just go look at the people there's 20-something people that served under his cabinet.
Well, yeah.
That served under his cabinet. You don't have to, don't listen to him. Just go and look.
And we're going to dive deep into him and his running mate Vance. We're going to dive deep into them too. But this one and the next two episodes, we're talking all Kamala.
Yeah, we got to. We got to know our candidate. We have to know our candidate. For the people that are tuned in, you have to understand your vote is the golden ticket. Yes. So now when you have that vote, our ancestors and a whole bunch of people, the immigrants are working jobs that we as Americans would not work simply because the jobs would not pay enough money. So we as Americans would not work. Not that job was beneath as because it was all about the money. But see, that's my point though. So now those jobs that we have, I can't go out and get a construction job because what I want for construction, they're not going to pay me for my skill. But I guarantee you there's somebody that probably came here as a migrant and they possess that same skill that I have, and there's no union. There's nobody to stop this contractor from hiring this guy over me. Right. And they're coming in, like, if you really believe people are coming in with no skills, you're bugging. Yeah. Like they're coming here to win. They're coming to America to win. And they don't, and guess what? There's no target on their back. You know who the back of the target is on?
It's on us.
It's on Messi. It's on George Floyd. It's on the people who built the country. Right. So you got to understand. No, they're not taking
us jobs. And our ancestors. Yeah, we got the bullseye on our back.
Yeah, they're not taking jobs that we don't want. They're past that. They are so past that. Believe, like, it's serious. You do not believe that they're sending
You don't
their
believe it,
worst
right?
over here.
Right.
They're sending people who want to have a better life, and they're coming with their kids. And guess what they're doing? They're doing 60-hour weeks when
Yeah.
we calling out, when
Right.
we going to celebrate.
Yeah.
When we going to celebrate that
Right.
we got a black president, knowing that you voted on Tuesday, you got to go to work Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. You call out. You call out. Like,
Right.
what are we talking about here? Like,
Right.
we shoot ourselves in the foot and then
Yeah.
want to point and say, yo, they
Yeah.
did it.
Yeah,
No.
you did it to me. Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah, let me we were talking about the jobs that people don't want, and then earlier we mentioned it was mentioned how they're firing us. Mr. Tweed was saying, they're getting us out of those positions. And, this all stems back to politics, because there are political things going on now that you can have I'll get into this at another show. You can have somebody in a position that's doing their job, and they're doing their job, but a certain community doesn't like them. So they go to the higher ups in that higher political office. Now, that political office owes them. They don't like this person. So because they don't like this person, now they're going to make it political and dig deep on a person. Be like, oh, well, their history says this, and this. They got to go. And it's really not even about that person. That person is a sacrificial lamb. But it's all about politics. It's all about who you know and what's going on. And people need to, I'm telling you, Shaw, they got me. I don't know. To see the people, that was real quick. Let me do this real quick. And before we get right in, because I got to get this in. Let me do this real quick. This is a half a second. Okay, so when they do that, but yeah, this, how are you feeling about this? This is show number 1 of our multi-series where we're diving into Kamala. We're diving into ear.
Just call him 45. Just call him 45.
45. Like Colt 45, the malt liquor that tore up the African American community. Colt 45.
45.
Billy D. Williams. Waltz and Vance. We're diving into all of them. And I have a local politician that's coming on. How are you feeling right now, Shad? That we almost got through this. How are you feeling? More about Kamala. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Listen, like I said, I'm voting for her, and right. I just want enough people to understand that it's not just not the vote.
Right.
Yeah, it's just not the vote. It's just not, we're getting a sister in, we're getting a female in. That's cool. We have to we need to be more organized.
Right.
We also, and with the organization, you got to understand that a lot of the BS comes from the money in politics. We need to get the money out of politics. But who in politics is going to want to take money out of politics? Like, who's going to want to take money?
They're not, because that's their money making.
So now, but it's the vote. It's the right to vote. You got to use your right. You got to know who you're voting for and why you're voting, what they're running on. Understand that it's bigger than a female president. It's bigger than not allowing a racist in. Because guess what? Whether you know it or not, or you want to believe it or not, there's racists in the government. There's racists. No. They're in some of the most powerful places. So, they get in.
They get in.
You get what I'm saying?
They come in like sheep's in wolf clothing, because absolutely. I'm seeing it. Like there were people that I was strong before. And I'm like, they get in position and get a title and lose their whole minds. Or they just show who they really were.
Like the guy from Monticello, right? Maybe we can get into that one show.
And Fallsburg. But you know what? It's almost 8 o'clock. So we get ready. I want to remind Shad, thank you. I can't wait till next week. We're gonna talk about her husband and her family next week.
Okay, that'll
We'll
work.
talk about
That'll
that.
work.
But Thursday, I want you guys to tune into Tea Time with Bunky, regular Tea Time with Bunky, where I have Jesse Hinton of Hinton Counseling LLC. And we're going to be talking about boundaries, setting the line, the power and purpose of boundaries. He's MSc licensed clinical social worker. So that's going to be Thursday. Whenever Jesse comes on, it's always a show.
Always a good show.
It's
Well,
always
you got good shows anyway. And don't forget, tomorrow night.
Yeah, tomorrow at 7 p.m.
7.
YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. You have In the Studios with the Rec Boys. And then where else can they find you? Rashad and Mr. Ketcherat, Chris himself. Where else can they find you?
You can find us. We just are in the studio tomorrow. We're gonna be chilling. We got we got a local homie, Sims. He's out of Kingston. Super dope MC. Really, really good. So it's gonna be a dope show. And yeah, we're gonna get ready and watch Gabe, right?
Yes, right now. For those, go jump over. This is shout out to Village Global Network. I mean, we are a whole family right now. What we're talking about live is on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. So you guys go over there and see what they're talking about with Gabe and King Blackout. So that's right now. So we appreciate you. And who else tonight? And Thursday.
No, if you guys missed King Blackout on Bunky Show, which was a super dope show.
We was talking.
You get what I'm saying? You can check the replay on YouTube. I actually watched it back today in the shop. But yeah. Just want to shout them out real quick.
Thank you. Absolutely. Yeah, thank you for that. You know, I'll be forgetting. Thank you, Miss Kirk, and I will be seeing you in the studio when we do our live and in person. I got your ticket. I'll give it to Shadow. I can email it to you. For those that want to be in the studio, listen, shoot me an email. I can email you the ticket, or I can print it out, whichever way if you want to keep. No, I'll email you the ticket, so your ticket can go into your little thing, your little gift I got for my 15 guests. So, so look, I gotta jump over to visit Gabe. I will catch you all later. See you Thursday, Tea Time with Bunky. Like, share, follow, subscribe. Tomorrow in the studio with the Rec Boys. Like, share, follow, and subscribe. We appreciate you. Go look these candidates up and know who you're voting for, because your vote counts. See you later. She wants you to have it, Shad.